Om Jananam Bhagyam Babaji. Om Sankam Amritam Babaji. Om Yogam Siddham Babaji. Om Dhanam Punyam Babaji. Om Sharanam Vinayam Babaji. Om Swaranam Swardam Babaji.
Namaste. Welcome to a very good day. Good evening. Hope all are fine. Let us analyze some of the questions raised by our members. In Bhagavad Gita, there is a sloka by Lord Krishna which says, Sarva Dharman Parichitta Mamekam Sharanam Vraja Agam Tvam Sarva Papeyo Mokshashyami Ma Suchaha. Here, what do we mean by Sarvam? That have to be relinquished and how to surrender. It is very easy and very difficult also. The only thing is, this particular sloka exactly goes contrary to what Sri Krishna has been advising. That means you do these things, you do those things without any attachment, that is with total detachment. If not possible, totally surrender to me and don't do anything. I will give an example to you. If you sit in the market, do not move anywhere. So many people are coming and uttering something against you. You do not move. What others can do to you? You have become a stone. What others can do? Or you are walking in a deep forest. A cobra is coming at a distance. You become still. Will that cobra come and bite you? Because you have become still. There are trees, there are plants, there are other objects which are not moving. There are stones and rocks. There are unused material which are not moving even after seeing the poisonous cobra. Like that, you are also not moving. What will happen? You take samadhi for 2 hours. Who is going to disturb you? How you are going to be disturbed? Your determination not to do anything cannot be questioned by anybody. And at that time, you become still, your mind becomes zero. When mind becomes zero, you become Brahman. When you become Brahman, you are not human, you are equal to God. Whatever actions have been done earlier, sin or virtuous, will automatically be taken care of by yourself. It will submerge in you. In fact, Sri Krishna says, I will take care of everything. That means the person who is still is going to take care of everything. Because all sins will come and pour on him. He is not going to enjoy. All virtues are going to shower on him. Many happiness. He is not going to be moved. A person who is not connected to the minus or plus, negative or positive, sin or virtues, is God Himself. So, surrender means be still. Do not worry about anything. We are surrendering. We are having a second thought that will my surrender will be successful or not. We are surrendering, but we are having suspicion. We think, will my surrender be successful or not? This suspicion is a root cause for the failure, root cause that we are not surrendering. So, whatever is done, to be done with utmost trust, the moment we do with utmost trust, the surrender happens. The moment surrender happens, the human goes, God comes in. We remain the body, we do not breathe, we do not think, we do not move, we do not aspire, we do not attach, we do not detach. That position is what sought by Sri Krishna. That position is what advised by Sri Krishna as the ultimate. Okay?
गुरुवे शरणं गुरुवे शरणं गुरुवे शरणं गुरुवे शरणं.
Of late, while starting Aksharamala Dhyana, sometimes without even starting the japa of Aksharamala, I am going to deep meditation, whereas if I sit for Dhyana, it is not so. What is the magic in Aksharamala? Aksharamala is something unique. It has straightaway come to me from the divinity through Mahavatar Babaji. So, it is a supreme mantra which disconnects you from all pain and pleasure. So, you do not know, I do not know where we are. We are coming away from the body consciousness. The moment a person comes out of body consciousness during the meditation dhyana, he is equivalent to God for that crucial moment. Okay? Please clarify, correct what I understand. We are bound to discharge certain duties once we are into material or worldly affairs or worldly life. Whatever action we do, of course, excluding such actions which harm others and non-gratuitous, if we do without any expectations and offerings the fruit of our action to divinity, it is sufficient. It is said in one of the slokas of Saundarya Lahari by sage Adi Shankaracharya. He says, I do not know how to worship properly. So, let my actions I do as my daily routine be accepted by you as worship. I dedicate my actions to you. Can we draw any conclusion from this action without expecting anything in return and a desireless life? Could it be the gist? One of the fantastic approach by Acharya Adi Shankara, because such a learned Acharya says, I do not know it is correct or not. What does it mean? We have been discussing all these days. Nothing is complete. That is the reason Turiya remains incomplete. The Acharya declares, Acharya knows about it. Acharya knows that the kind of worship what he performs is perfectly okay. But Acharya is not speaking from Acharya point of view. Acharya is speaking from the point of an ordinary man. I may think that Acharya is capable of everything. He is a very learned soul. So he knows everything. He prays. But whereas I do not know how to pray, so I do not want to do wrong thing. I do not want to pray. In order to cut these inhibitions, Acharya has stepped into the ordinary man's life and he declares that I do not know whether my worship is perfect or not. He declares that Turiya is incomplete, my worship is incomplete, may be there wrongness, there may not be right method what I am adapting, but still the divinity is accepting it as a whole, not as a part. This is what we will have to understand. Whatever we do, we recite the entire sloka without any concentration, without any interest. That is not going to the destination. That is not reaching the Vaikuntha. Neither it is reaching Kailasha. But 1/10 or 1/100th of the sloka with a dedication, if it is uttered, it will go and thunder the Vaikuntha or the Kailasha. This is the understanding. We have earlier discussed one anecdote in which an innocent person, although not well qualified, is capable of reciting some slokas from a simple pocket book, a 10-page book, a pocket book he carries every day to his office. On the way back, he goes to a temple, opens that book and recites that sloka, offers his prayers. This goes on for few days or few months. Still this person has not by-hearted it. One day it happens that this boy forgets to carry the book to the office in his pocket. He realizes that only on the way back home that he has missed the book. But he is not desisting from going to temple. He goes to the temple, kneels down before the Lord and offers his prayer and submits, "O Lord, I have unintentionally forgotten to bring the small book from which I used to recite the sloka of praising you and offering my devotion towards you. But today I forgot to carry the book. I do not even remember how to recite it. But one thing, I know the alphabets. You also know the alphabet. And I will read out all the alphabets before you. You, being the knower of everything, kindly arrange the letters and words as it should come and take that as the prayer for you today by forgiving me." Lord appears before him and says, "Of all the devotional songs, of all the recitations I received today from various people, the submission made by you is the supreme for me, and I accept your devotion, I accept your submission, and I accept your prayer." So the wording, "I do not know how to worship," is aptly correct. Fantastic. The Acharya Adi Shankara has put this from the perspective of an innocent person, not from Acharya point of view. So there ends the question. But always remember Tat Sat. Tat Sat means the existent. That is how you are. That is how I am. That is how that. That is how this. Tat is referring to all existence of nature as permitted by the full essence. Tattva Masi. We discussed in previous. Some of the members, please refer to the previous videos to understand Tattva Masi. That you are. Agam Brahmasmi. I am Brahman. I am God. I am Supreme. But don't go to the market and claim. You know that you are supreme. But you must recognize that supreme within you. That ability we should have. I hope all my group members, all our group members, all our friends will understand and respect themselves. I am Brahman, I am divine, Pragnanam Brahma. Another Mahavakya statement, another big statement. Pragnana is Brahma, Brahma is Pragnana. This way and that way. I am Atma Brahma. Let us think how it is. This self is Atman, this self is Brahman. Mandukya Upanishad states so. Let us go to the inner meaning of it and explore it. As we have discussed some portion of Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna says, Om Tat Sat. Om is a symbolic expression referring to the Supreme. All recitations, all mantra recitation, all slokas, all Vedic renderings always starts with this input, Om. The Supreme can be understood as Brahmanas, Vedas and sacrifices. Sacrifices does not mean sacrificing animal, sacrificing our ego, sacrificing our ahankara, sacrificing our belongings is called sacrifice. Om means any sacrifice begins with Om. Any rendering from Veda, any rendering of mantra, any recitation of sloka begins with Om. Any uttering of the syllable Tat means the sadhaka, the native, the person who is on the path of spirituality is seeking moksha. Moksha or liberation, whichever way we understand. Performing various activities, charity, austerities, puja, kirtanas, tapas, japa, dhyana, mantra, tantra, yantra, vrata, vratas, or doing anything or not doing anything also. Sat is the supreme truth. Om Tat Sat. Sat is the supreme truth. Nothing beyond that. Tat Sat is used in performance of any austerity or any auspicious act. Pure sacrifice, pure austerity, pure charity, all combined or individually come under Sat or understood as Sat. We need to understand sannyasa, that is renunciation, and tyaga, which means relinquishment, relinquishing anything. We have to understand both sannyasa and tyaga. Giving up all actions done with desire to attain any reward is sannyasa. Giving up of the results of all actions is tyaga. Now we will have to know what is tyaga, what is sannyasa. We should know the distinction between these two. Once we know, then we will understand. The net understanding is that, in a nutshell, the clear understanding will emerge that the sacrifice, the austerity or charity are to be always performed. Just because do nothing does not mean do not do charity, do not be in austerity, or do not sacrifice. We will have to sacrifice, we will have to be in austerity, and we will have to give charity, but from a detached point of view. None of these acts are to be given up just because we make a statement, I want to undo. Undo does not mean keeping quiet. Undo is doing all with a detachment. But all these acts are to be done with a full spirit of detachment. We'll take an example about sannyasa and tyaga. When Karna was doing all kind of charity, all kind of donations, he was probably expecting some kind of rewards and had some desires which can be grouped as sannyasa. But at the warfield, when Sri Krishna comes in the form of a Brahmin and asks him to give the donation of all the actions he has performed, then he does so by giving all the punya what he has gained, and instead of water he gives his blood as the water and gives everything to the Lord, and that is called tyaga. Om Sadguru Babaji Namaha. Om Sadguru Babaji Namaha. Om Sadguru Babaji Namaha.